by Kanyakumari district Swadeshi Jagaran Manch chapter, and he was the person behind all those arrangements and the success of the program. So on behalf of all of us, let us welcome both Justice Divakarji as well as Sri Jodi Cruz. Justice Divakarji has written a lot of books, particularly on coastal area economy as well as the lives of fishermen. So over to them. At the end of the session, it is an open forum to the audience. So the audience can interact with the speakers, keynote speaker especially, and ask any clarification or any questions can be asked to him. Thank you.
Namaste. Good afternoon to everybody. In India, agriculture is a culture. That is what Dr. Namanwal used to say. So in India, we have got two types of cultures: land agriculture and sea agriculture. The product of sea agriculture is almost 8 to 10% of our food production in India. That is fish, sea product. Almost 8,000 kilometers of coastline we have got. That is one of the biggest in the world. Still our catch, that is the sea product, is comparatively less and underproduction. The due importance to this production is not given in India so far. We have been fishing 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 years ago onwards, and we have been eating fish. And and fish is our poor man's rich food. So we can never. And once our fish production was sort of mutilated by the Indo-Norwegian project, which was commissioned in 1962, around that period. Since then, our fish catching culture has become slowly an industry, fishing industry. So now it is we started saying contemporary concern of our country, because the fish production which has taken place casually, year-by, as you say, in our country, it has become an organized way of doing things. And since Swadeshi Jagaran is the first a people's forum which opposed the deep sea trawling in 1993, we took a boat yatra, the east coast to west coast. So Swadeshi Jagaran Manch, right from the beginning, taken the issues of fishermen from the grassroots level, and they have been doing very good even in the recent past, and they have got more data regarding this issue than the fisherman himself. And today in our Manch, Sri Jodi Cruz has come to Jagaran our issues in a Swadeshi way, because he himself is a fisherman, and fisherman addressing a fisherman problem is a Swadeshi way. He is an economic expert, providing consultant service to the shipping industry for last 23 years. He is a popular novelist. He has written Adisu Ulagu, Porkai, and various documentations. And he is with us, and Swadeshi Jagaran Manch takes immense pleasure to introduce to you and share his views. Thank you.
Vanakkam. After the full lunch, like all of you, I was also slightly dull. My body wanted some rest, and the mind is also some way wavering here and there. I was thinking, I came here around 2 o'clock, 2:10 or something, I came here. I was thinking, what am I going to do? How am I going to start? My body is not supporting. Mind is wavering here and there. Suddenly, the convener sang a song, which was a great song. Not all the songs which will give spirit. தேடி சோறு விதம் தின்று பல சின்னஞ்சிறு கதைகள் பேசி நாடி துன்பமிக உழந்து பிறர் வாட கொடுஞ்செயல்கள் செய்து நரை கூடி கிளப்பருவ வைதி கொடு ஊற்று கிரையனப்பின் மாயும் பல வேடிக்கை மனிதரை போலவே நான் வீழ்வேன் என்று நினைத்தாயா? வீழ மாட்டோம், வீழவே மாட்டோம். வடக்கிலிருந்து வந்தது பிரச்சனை. செங்கிஸ் கான் ஆரம்பித்து வைத்ததாக நான் படித்திருக்கிறேன். Genghis Khan came from the north and there was somebody coming from the northwest and people coming from the Europe and the western side, and all of them have started looting India. How many looting Mother India has withstood them? How many lootings from the past? And why these people are looting India again and again? Because we are weak? Because we are not united? Because what is happening in India? These type of seminars will definitely give us insights about and also bring us the unity and the united thinking among ourselves. I must thank Mr. Divakar not only to introduce me as a key speaker of this session, but also to tell me and to give me the insights of Sudeshi jargon much. And also Dr. Srinivasan, Mr. Gurumurthy ji, Mr. Nambi Narayana. These are the few names I can remember because I have come for the first time to this type of association. I will thank all of them. Without them, it might not have been possible for me to come and stand in front of you. I remember an old folk song. Many people have spoken about globalization. My dear brothers and sisters, I have not come with statistics. Remember, I have not come with statistics. And I will definitely not bore you with statistics. I have come with problems. I have come with enough of problems. And we say oceans of problems. I have come with oceans of problems. The grand old woman, when I used to hear her, in my younger days, she used to sing a song, very old folk song. ஊரா ஊரா தோட்டத்துல ஒருதம் போட்டான் வெள்ளரிக்கா, காசுக்கு 2 விற்க சொல்லி காகிதம் போட்டான் வெள்ளைக்கா. Somebody in somebody's land showing the cucumber seed and the cultivation being done. And when it is mature and it is very ready for consumption or a sale, and a white man sitting somewhere is sending a message or sending a letter, come on, you sell it for this much price. It's somebody's land, somebody's toil, somebody's labor, somebody's water, somebody's fertilizers, somebody's seed, Somebody has nurtured the plant. Somebody has taken care of that. And now somebody from far away, far away is writing a letter or giving a communication saying that, come on, you sell it for 2 rupees and make my commission 50 paise. ஊரா தோட்டத்துல ஒருதம் போட்டான் வெள்ளரிக்கா காசுக்கு 2 விற்க சொல்லி காகிதம் போட்டான் வெள்ளைக்காரன். This is what happening here. People have been looting, whether it has been by invasion or by friendliness. People have been coming and cheating and looting. How long we will withstand this looting? Coast is not left. Last week, I was attending a program. It was called Coastal Shipping in India. It was in Delhi. I was not a speaker, but I was one of the listeners, like you. I was also sitting there. But I was waiting for a chance, like you all, that I will also be given a mic and I will also be given a chance to question the speaker. There were 12 speakers speaking on the conclave. It was about the coastal shipping of India. Correct me if historians are there or geographical professors are here. There are about 8,000 odd kilometers are there. Then somebody says it is 5,600 kilometers and somebody says it is about 7,000 odd kilometers. If you calculate everything, all the coast put together, it comes to almost 8,118 kilometers of the coastline we have in India. So when we have this in India, and the conclave is for about developing coastal shipping in India. There is an industry. I was waiting. First speaker speaks and he speaks about the breakbulk trade in India. And the second speaker speaks about containers in India. And the third speaker speaks about different freight forwarding and this and that, everything goes. Unfortunately, morning session is over. Evening session is also, the afternoon session starts and it is going to end. I am pathetically, interestingly also, what is happening? If somebody is not saying, I am expecting something to be delivered, somebody will deliver this. Because the coastal shipping, based on the shipping of the sailing vessel industry. Sailing vessel industry was our industry. Sailing vessel industry is our industry, which went with a lot of our wealth when Solomon built his temple. And our people, the Chola kings, who went and captured this Kadaram, our ships went there. And these are all the sailing vessels which went from here. And we have a culture for that sailing vessel. And now, of course, and alas, when we are discussing about a coastal shipping in India, no foreigner has come, no European has come, no Korean has come. I have not seen even a Russian who is talking, who is present there at the seminar. But we ourselves, our own professions, our own important business leaders, they are all coastal shipping development in India. There is no place for the sailing vessel industry. You know, today, starting from Haldia to the coast of Gujarat, there are many people depending on the coastal shipping and the coastal sailing vessel industry. Almost about 5,000 vessels are there. You are trading between the Gulf. People of the coastal industry, the coastal sailing vessel industry, they are trading between Gujarat to Dubai. And there is a trade which is coming from Tuticorin to Belpur and all the ports of Gujarat. There are so many people and there are a lot of stories to be told. And there are a lot of stories even can be told from the trade starting from Tuticorin to Nagapattinam to Calcutta to Vizag. So this is a very own Swadeshi industry. And nobody is there to talk about this Swadeshi industry when we are talking about this coastal shipping development of India. What are we doing? What are we projecting to the world that this is our own industry? Are we not proud of our own industry? Are we letting our own industry to fail and die and demise? This is what pained me. Immediately after that, after the session, the mic, I was demanding for the mic, and I was asking the speakers. By the speakers, somebody was introduced as a key person for the coastal shipping. I straight away questioned them, come on, sir, we have a coastal sailing vessel industry in India, which was trading between Gujarat to Gulf, and which was trading between Tuticorin to Maldives, which was trading between Tuticorin to Colombo, which was carrying cargo from Tuticorin to Nagapattinam, from Nagapattinam to Calcutta. From Calcutta they brought channel, jute to British industries in Tuticorin, all these places. But what has happened? People simply, we don't have to blame anybody. We don't have to blame anybody else. We ourselves, we don't bother about our own people, our own industry. The same thing is happening in India. There are a lot of things to be told here. I am proud of being a part of this great and being introduced to this great Swadeshi Jagaran Manch. Now here, what I would like to highlight, the growth of fishing industry has been spectacular over the past few decades. And in addition to its role in conservation of fish, it can be credited in creating employment and helping balance of payment through foreign exchange earnings on exports. There are a lot of exports which are going. That statistics show. I told you I have not brought statistics here. And one of the main earners of foreign exchange is the marine product export from India. But major developments have been taking place to modernize this industry. There are a lot of modernizing schemes have been coming here. But all these systems and policies and promotional schemes which have come to promote this industry or modernize this industry really reflecting in the development of the traditional fishing community? It's a very big question to be asked. And you go to the communities, there are about 2 crores of people living in the so-called coastline of India. And particularly about 10 lakhs people in Tamil Nadu. And about 2 lakhs people are very actively involved in the traditional fishing. What is happening? In one of the seminars like this, or a TV program, I was mentioning, there is a knowledge, there is a traditional knowledge available. There is a traditional knowledge available in agriculture. There is a traditional knowledge available in the hill and the people of the hill. And in the shore and the people of the seashore. Why don't you recognize that talents are available with them? Very frankly, to point out, when there was a Mumbai blast about a few years back, Gujarat traditional fishermen have identified and informed there is some sort of an invasion is there. There is a terrorist possibility of coming into our shores. They were saying, but what happened? You are a poor, illiterate, traditional fisherman. Who are you to tell us? You don't advise us. It was completely neglected. The police officers, the authorities, the whatever you call the gods of the nation, the so-called gods of the nation, completely neglected. What has happened in return? There was the blast in Mumbai. And it was initially, the first time, told by the traditional fishermen, traditional fishing community. I tell you, we have a peninsula. We have about 7,000 and odd or 8,000 kilometers long coastline. And the government takes care of people in the border. They are pampering there in the Jammu and Kashmir. Somewhere, government having different policies, different treatments for people who are there in the border. Oh, people there in the border of the land is to be treated separately, and people who are there in the border of the sea is to be treated separately. What is this policy? Is it a divide and rule policy? Now this coastline, I have told you about this. Gujarat people informing about this. There is an information. Information has come to you from the fishermen, but you have not taken. But I tell you, these people, these coastline people, the people who are living in the coast are not for employment. They are living their life there. You have to understand these people there. There is a life. That the life they are living there. They have not come there. They are there for years. They are there for decades. They are there for centuries together. And fishing and pearl diving and sailing industry is not their just employment. Their life, it is their life, I tell you. And that is the reason. And all this, such a big peninsular area is being guarded by these people. You have no policemen. You have no border security force. You have no coast guard. But all these fishermen, traditional fishermen who are living on the coast of the peninsular India is guarding the entire coast without cost, without salary, without anything. And they are guarding this place. They are guarding this Indian peninsula without any remuneration. And by spirit, I am an Indian and I am a citizen of India and I have to safeguard my India. This is the feeling they have. And who is there to tell this? These communities are there in the coast. And they have their faces towards the sea and their back toward the land. And upland people, we as upland people, I request you, we as upland people have to understand the nature of their living first of all. Please understand the nature of the living. Unfortunately, of course, after tsunami, 2004 tsunami, there was a lot of understanding. It has opened the eyes of the people. But what happened? Alas, you need somebody to be taken care of, and some communities living there in the coast, and for the other upland people to turn back and see there is somebody living in the coast, you need such a big tsunami. Do you need tsunami to look at people? Do you understand what I am saying? Do you need such a big disaster to happen? Such a big disaster to happen on the coast so that you will look back to the people? Really pathetic. They are our own people. Our own people. I tell you today, according to the satellite information, there are 180,000 tons of temporarily exhaustible fishery resources are available in the peninsular country, in the coast, in the inshore and the offshore waters of India. 180,000 temporarily exhaustible fishery resources are there, and this need to be caught. And we have schemes. There are schemes developed by the government of India. And what are they saying? They are chasing people one side from the seashore, and the other side they are also not permitting the citizen of India, the traditional fishermen who are there, to enter into the offshore area. They say a limit from the shore. Don't go beyond 12 nautical miles. Today in shore, what is happening? There are a lot of industries have come. There are a lot of hotels have come. And it has become a dustbin of the country. The entire coastal area has become dustbin of the country. And is there any fishery resources available on the coast? And the traditional fishermen who are all using catamarans, traditional catamarans, who can be able to go up to maybe 2 nautical miles, 3 nautical or 5 nautical miles. Is there any fishery resources available within this reach? No. Answer is a very big no, zero. It's not available. All these resources are available only in the end of the 12 nautical mile, where we say it's an offshore area. In that offshore area, you give on the one side, the government of India, in Gussi, in Plasha, with a vested interest. You are giving licenses for the Korean firms to operate, Japanese firms to operate, European firms to operate, and don't allow and completely stop our own traditional fishermen, our own citizens of India not to enter, ban these people to enter into that area. I tell you, this is with great pain I am saying. You are not allowing your own son of the soil to go to that area, and at the same time you are chasing the son of the soil from this. Lot of industries are coming, including food and glove. You have power, you want this, you want that, but not at my residence. Have it elsewhere. Why don't you study? Why don't you make a pilot study, project study, research, this, that? Come on, completely you scan that coastal area. Wherever people are not there, come on with projects. But don't bring your project into my bedroom. It's because I have no voice, and there is no representation, and nobody is there for people of the fishermen are not united. There is no single voice coming in one spirit. You know that is the reason you are raping us. It's not possible. Today it is not possible. People are aware. People are understanding what is happening on the coast. People are understanding what is happening and what is to be told also. So now, the Indian government, or the government authorities, or the politicians with vested interest, they want to chase their own people from the area, and they want to allow other foreigners to enter into their territorial areas. Enter into your territorial areas. What do you mean by? Is it the shipping alone there? You have a flourishing oil and gas industries there in the offshore. And you are allowing these Koreans to come here. You are allowing the Japanese to come there. You are allowing the Europeans to come there, and not allow this poor son of the soil, traditional fishermen to go and fish there. That is paining you. Why? What makes you to pain? What makes you to fail to allow these fellows to go there? It's really pathetic. It's really pathetic. Now I tell you, when we say Kachati, everybody was thinking, even a great leader, at the time of when the Kachati was handed over, or when the discussion was there also, they were saying, oh, it's just a barren land, there is so much cry and hue. Why are you people are shouting like this? It's just a barren, it's just a dry piece of land. Now today, Sri Lanka does not want this Kachativu for fishing activity. They are no more. They are not interested in having this Kachativu for fishing industry. They have understood and identified through their whatever satellite examinations. There's a lot of oil and gas is surrounding this Kachativu. They have understood. They have found out. So now, when our big man, when we said, just a barren land, it's a dry piece of land, why are you people crying like this? So that means you have no forethinking. You don't know about the future. You don't know in one day, in some day, that technology will tell me that I am wrong. Now it has proved wrong. And now Sri Lanka fellows are surrounding the Kachativu area with Chinese people. Our fishermen are being chased away every day. Every time they are being chased away. And not Sri Lankan people are there. They have seen, they have identified, they have noted there are Chinese people also there when they are being chased away. This is really pathetic. And our Coast Guard, I have done a lot of study in the Kachativu and the Pamban and the Rameshwaram area. I have listened to many people. They have been saying, sir, when we are chased away, when we are being killed, if they straight away kill us, no problem. We will swallow the bullets, no problem. We will get killed. That is a matter of a few minutes. But what they do, they push us into the water, and they will make us swim up to the end of my life. And then when I am not able, I will get into a moment that I am not able to swim anymore. It's the mid-sea, the deep sea. Nobody in the world can swim all the time. So when the particular person meets the particular moment that he is not able, not capable of swim anymore, that is a bullet for the result. And bullet is given as a gift. So they say, why don't you kill me before itself? They say that, they are asking this. You see that we are wrong, we have crossed, you kill me. Don't make me swim. I am being very polite. I am saying only this type of activity. There are a lot more untold stories which cannot be told in public. Which cannot be told in public. A lot more untold stories are there in the Kachativu area every day. Why these people are going there? In the agreement itself, it's very clearly written, the traditional fishing rights of the Indian Tamil people are restored there. Though the island Kachativu is given, the traditional fishing right of the Kachativu and this Rameshwaram people, that is the Tamil fishermen, is restored there, it is returned. That is the reason they are going. But what is happening? Because of the vested interest, fishing is not their interest. They say, they think that if these people are coming and fishing, and they will not allow, because they are the citizens of India. So automatically they will be completely against if we do anything against India. That is the problem. Please understand that. These fishermen are citizens of India. They are the son of the soil of India. So whatever I do against India, so that will be noted by these fishermen, and totally they will be against this. That is what that is their concern. That please understand. Now again, there are a lot more things to be told, because I really get slightly tensed when I speak about this Kachativu and the coastal related problems. And now when we say about there is a culture, coastal economy and culture, like many people say, the understanding is very, I don't say it's very clear, it is it's open that people think that Europeans have brought culture here. What is this? Europeans are bringing culture to us? Really, I don't belong. These fellows are going and finding, because India was very rich. I have listened to some of the lectures of Father Thomas Kachuri. He was saying, these fellows brought mud here. Not even mud, I will say. Not mud. Not mud. Not even mud. At least with mud we will make pot. They didn't bring anything. These fellows were trying to find out India and landed up in America, Magellan, this fellow, that fellow, all that fellow. Yeah, come on.
They were all pirates.
Yeah. So, looters.
Sea pirates.
Yeah. Looters. Coming and looting. Have you heard about, there are three important routes for me, I actually wanted to say, like, you must be knowing about a silk route. And there is a route called pepper route. And there is one more untold route called pearl. Pearl route, pearl, muthu. Pandinadu Valamudaithu சொல்வாங்க. The Pandya kingdom is very rich. Why? 7th century, 8th century, there is a sport called Korkai. The Korkai was full of Baradas. Baradas were doing, Baradas are told like Pandya, they say. These people are the pearl divers. The Pandya kingdom was very rich in the down south because of the pearl economy. Like the looters wanted to go into China, and they have developed the Silk Road. And Vasco da Gama and all these guys, they were trying to develop a route called Pepper Route, which was a gold, black gold they say. And this untold route is the Pearl Route, which was finding a way to Korkai, and now to Tuticorin. They have come to this place. Do you think culture is something, like for example, now when we say culture is a range of human behavior. We have a range of human behavior which has been developed decades, centuries of a community. That talks about your behavior. That gives you how do you walk, how do you speak, how do you behave in a public meeting, how do you sleep, how do you write your literature, your arts, your drama, your this, your entire human behaviors. These are all culture. And all these looters who have come here, do you think these looters who have come here to teach us culture? We were very rich. We were on the top of Himalayas in culture. We were on the top of Himalayas in culture. And these people have not come and taught us culture. I tell you now. When these people came, and now, unfortunately, the total Bharata community is thinking that these people have brought us spirituality. What is spirituality? And we are already, you are just a student, not even a student, we are already PhD scholars sitting here. Pattanatha, Pattaragiriyar, Bohar, so many people are there. And you just elementary school student, you are coming and teaching us spirituality. We have to understand this first of all. They have not come here to teach us spirituality. I tell you, repeat, I want to tell you, they have not come here to tell us spirituality. What is that? What is that they will gain? To teach us spirituality, to elevate us to spiritual level. They have come here with an ultimate motive of looting. And for looting and doing business, they call it as business. Now this is globalization. What is happening? Some sort of a globalization. They have come here. Globalization has started much before, not now. Now only it's visible for us because we are all educated. There is a lot of communication and broadcasting. There is that you are able to understand what is globalization. But earlier, that time, somebody is coming with a small komanam, not even having a dhoti, and he is not educated also. He does not understand what is globalization and what is economical piracy and this and that. No. They are all simply, these looters have come. And on the one side, they are having cross. On the other hand, maybe sword, or sword. I think in 1536, when this Bharata community was completely converted to Christianity, I want to take you there. What has happened there? I told you, this Korkai area, recently the Tuticorin area, that time, was rich of pearl fishery. This pearl fishery ground was extended from the Trividampur area to up to that Mannar area. Do you understand? In the Gulf of Mannar. In the Gulf of Mannar, lot of pearl fishery. It is a coral reef area. It's a rich coral reef area where it was breeding lot of pearl fishery. Now this Bharata community was capable of taking this pearl. They were diving. They were very talented and skilled divers, and they know when that pearl will spawn, when that pearl will grow, and when they will get matured to take it. That itself is an art. No other community will know that, and no other community will know the root of that pearl. There will be lot of chippies, chunks available, but among that, only one will have a pearl. But this, a Bharata can only very easily understand and go dive there, take time, understand and pick that and come here. Not anybody else. So now, this was understood by many people. There were many people who came. There was a Muslim invasion, there was a Vadigar invasion, and there was a Portuguese Catholic priest invasion. And when there was an invasion of Mohammedans, the Moor people, in 1536, that time, the Moors have come into Tuticorin area, And they got settled down in a place called Kayalpatnam. They were trying to demolish our Machan, that is brother-in-law, Murugan, Lord Muruga's temple. The community, the Barada community till today called Murugan as Machan, that is brother-in-law. Because we have given our women trip, Devana is Parati. Devana is Parati, we proudly say today. And I want to repeat to say that because today I got Talat song, that Talat song, Parati Magal Devane, Kulakudiyal Ingirika, Kurati Mela Asagundu Vela, Kuravesavana, no, Abditsura. Parati Magal Devane, Kulakudiyal Ingirika, Kurati Mela, Rendavamari, second wife is only Valli, first wife is Devane, who is Parati. Now, Parati, this Devane, and this all the entire community, this entire community is having a devotion, love, affection towards Lord Varda. And we were the people of rights, having rights to pull the car of Muruga temple in Tiruchendur. Baradas were having, just because we entered into Christianity. And the Portuguese Catholics, that institutional Catholic fellow, they were aware that these people having lot of affection on Lord Varga. And Atta Kumari promote a lady, the goddess, Mother Mary was developed. And take all that cultural leads. Lord Muruga was put in your car and then he was pulled. Take that also introduced into this Christianity. And Christianity does not have car pulling, hoisting, this, that, nothing. So they were coming into our system. The institutionalized Christianity was coming into our system and adopting what we were having, so that all these people will not run away or go away. Because we are also having your own system. Or we permit you to have your own system. So we don't come out of your system. Because we have Muppathu Mukkodi Devam. Muppathu Mukkodi Devam are already there. And I say Jesus Christ and other people, there are additional 3-4. Why don't you add? Oh, we will add. We have added. And we have added only. After that is only coming our institutionalized Christianity. While we were accepting, I have forgotten to tell you the story. Why they have accepted? When we were fighting our rights for the Pearl Fishery Coast, when the Baradas were fighting for the pearl rights on the Pearl Fishery Coast, we were thinking, there are 2,000 people have been killed. Today I am talking about the coastline, and the coastal people are about 3 lakhs or 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs, and active people are about 2 lakhs. But in 1536, about 500 years or almost 475 years ago, losing 2,000 people is very, very difficult. You can understand, imagine a situation. It's not very big crowd. Losing 2,000 head of the families, warriors, is very difficult. It was very painful. So that time chieftains, the Radapanar, the Mupanars, the Patangatimars, the big people of the community, they were thinking, no, we cannot. No more we will lose people because 2,000 people. Why? The reason is they are pointing the guns and these fellows are having only swords. We did not have guns and powder. So what has happened? Not because of this roti and sapati and makan we have gone to Christianity. I tell you, I want to repeat to you. We wanted, the Baradas wanted to maintain and get and retain the right of our right on the fishery coast. We want to retain the right of the fishery coast and we want somebody's support. What is that? The Portuguese came in to help, and the Portuguese, having vested interest, they were thinking by helping these Baradas. By helping in the sense, just giving them the powder and the gun. Come on, you have used my powder and the gun. Take away and use it. I will not come. I will not fight for you because I am less already. So I will not come for you. You take the powder and the gun and you use it and you take care of yourself. They are given just the powder and the gun. in Calicut. And these people have taken and they fought and they have regained the right on the pearl fishery coast. And now, the thankful Baradas, we are given a commitment. And this thankful Barada says, whatever you say, we will do it. And the chieftains, the top people, they would say, okay, whatever you say, we will do it because you have given us some help and we have retained the area, the century-old area, the century-old right of the pearl fishery coast. Now we are not able to get the right of Kachitibu. The same people, the same Parada community retained with the Portuguese support, with the Portuguese ammunition, they have retained and regained the pearl fishery coast, the right of the pearl fishery coast, and the right of pearl diving also. Just because of that, they said, whatever you say, we will follow. What has happened? You are already 30,000 deities there. Crores of deities are there. Additionally, you are adding. No, we will add it. Now, when we are adding also, these fellows were asking, oh, you have to take some important person or important deity and say that this is, you have to promise on the head of the deity. And our people have selected Kumariyalla. That Kumariyamman, she is standing in Kumari, Kanyakumari, on top of the head. They were promising, today, from today onwards, I will not worship you. Promising you on your head, I will not worship you, but I will worship them. What a painful, pathetic situation. Do you understand? The illiterate. They don't understand what they are doing. They were not understanding. They did not know what they were doing. Now that is the result of till today of the Christianity. The institutionalized Christianity and its looting. Now all the Europeans have gone. Now our own people, our own guardians of institutionalized Christianity are looting more than Europeans. They are looting more than Europeans. It's again a very pathetic situation. So culture and introducing culture to the coast and the coastal people is not done by Europeans or somebody come from a foreign land. We had our own rich culture. We had our own rich spirituality. We had our own rich policies. Because we have very globalized rich policies, these foreigners were coming and they were entering, they thought that we will be very peaceful in doing business with these people. I have told in some other interview also, can you go to Sudan today? In this modern economical, social reforms have taken place. In a globalized situation, everybody is respected everywhere. There is no disparity. Of course, there are a little bit here and there, but no disparity. But till today, even today, can you go to Sudan and come back intact? I don't think it's possible. I was told by one of my friends, when you go to Sudan or any European, Ethiopia and all these countries, you should have a purse, and the purse should have at least small $10 or $20, whatever. And if somebody comes, you have to give it. He will not ask you. You should not allow him to ask you. Then he will kill you. He will kill you straight away. And if the purse does not have a dollar, if it is Indian rupee which is not useful to him, he will kill you. That is the culture there. And centuries old, 500 years ago, when these English people, these Portuguese fellows, these Dutch fellows, Danish fellows, when they came into India, when they came into our own coast, Coromandel coast, they were not fearful. They were just jumping and making merry. They were coming and making business. That means we had that rich culture. We are given that safety. We had that type of an administration on the coast. And that administration, that safety, that economic safety, that administration safety has made them to come into India and do business. But what has happened? All this politeness and generosity, lead them. We were so polite, we were so generous, and they have looted us. இன்னைக்கு கோபம் கூட இல்லை, உறிஞ்சிட்டு போயிட்டான். கோபத்தை கூட உறிஞ்சிட்டு போற அளவுக்கு கொடுத்தான். அந்த அளவுக்கு கெட்டு போயிருக்கோம். Because that is really a pathetic situation. So at least we must realize now, at least we must realize that we cannot be looted anymore. We have to stand on our own leg and understand what is happening and not allow any foreign power to enter into India, enter into our policies. And see, now policies, they are influencing in our policies. That is the problem, not like literally a physical thing. It is entering into our policy. Our policy makers are creating policy which is favoring not the citizens of India, but favoring the foreigners. What a dangerous situation, you understand? We are so generous. You become so generous and allow these people to take it. The looters having their looting agents here in India, that is making all the ways for them to come and loot and go. Not from Somnath temple being looted, today being looted. Today they are being looted. With this, I want to conclude, and I will expect participants. If you have any question, you can ask me within my boundary.
If you have questions, please stand there. Mic will come. Who will make up? Or you come here. From here you can raise your hand.
What is the problems you are facing because of multinational fishing?
Very good question now. Recently, government has come out with a fishery policy, fishing rights policy. Rather, it was 2010. Exactly. Unfortunately, I also have a feeling that whenever the government is introducing a policy or introducing a project on the coast or on the sea, why not the government get the participation from the son of the sun? Like the coastal people are given some regulations, some projects being introduced, some laws are being introduced, but when that laws are in preparation, they don't seem to be consulting with their own community. Somebody else sitting there in Delhi without knowing the life of the coast is deciding about what are the laws to be there to control and administer them. Like that now, when they are introducing a sea policy, the fishery policy, there are multinational companies being allowed, licensed, with the vested interest of politicians. Licenses have been given and the local fishermen are being chased out. Like I told you, they are being chased out from the shore and also not allowed to enter into that area which is rich of fishery resources. So that means it itself is very clear that you don't allow people to be there on the shore and also don't allow